Today, I'm gonna share a simple vocal mixing workflow tip that could change everything about how you approach a mix. It might actually be the most important thing to understand about getting professional vocal mixes, and I almost never see it talked about. And it's one of those workflow tips that can actually change the entire outcome of a mix just by doing things in a slightly different order. So let's get right into it. There's this concept that makes a lot of sense when you hear it, about locking your vocals into the track. And when we hear that, it immediately sounds like exactly what we want to do. Yes, we want the vocal to sound like it's fit with the rest of the music, but we still want it to sound clear. Now, there are tons of technical tips that you can find for this. In fact, we've made some videos talking about how to use compression, EQ, reverb, and all of these tools to help a vocal sit in the mix, but also stand out and be clear. But what we're talking about in this video is the underlying mindset that you have when you approach a mix. And if you can get this mindset right, you're going to start getting better mixes. So here it is. Instead of mixing the track and trying to fit the vocals into the mix, you should start by getting the perfect vocal sound by itself, and then build the rest of the mix around it. And it makes sense that if the vocal is the most important part of the mix, you should get that sounding perfect, and then fill in all the space around it with the rest of the elements. So I've got a track here that I'm just about to start mixing. Everything is zeroed out. The first thing I'm gonna do is pull down all of the faders except the lead vocal. Now I'm gonna dial in my vocal chain. I've got Xvox Pro pulled up, and I'm just gonna focus on getting the most perfect vocal tone by itself. I'll start with a little compression.
You make me want it. The way that you got me overthinking now. Can tell that you want it.
These compressors are so full and smooth, just brings that vocal up front. Next, I want to shape the tone, make this vocal a little bit brighter and airier.
You make me want it. The way that you got me overthinking now. Can tell that you want it. How you act make me wonder if you're in or out. You take me for granted. No making it.
Instantly, I'm getting such a great tone out of this vocal. Let's smooth out some of the sibilants with the de-esser.
You make me want it. The way that you got me overthinking now. Can tell that you want it. How you act make me wonder if you're in or out.
So already I'm taking a step back and listening to this vocal and analyzing if this sounds like the vocal tone that I want in the mix.
You make me want it. The way that you got me overthinking now. Can tell that you want it. How you act make me wonder if you're in or out.
So I did a little bit of level matching with the output knob on Xvox Pro just to be able to hear exactly what this chain is bringing to the vocal tone, and I really love what I'm hearing. It's opening up the vocal in such a pleasant way. It sounds bigger and fuller and clearer already, and we haven't even tried any space or SFX yet. Just for fun, let's bring in some of these reverbs.
You make me want it. The way that you got me overthinking now. Can tell that you want it. How you act make me wonder if you're in or out. You take me for granted.
I love these reverbs and delays. They're just perfectly tuned for vocals. I did apply a little bit of ducking to both the verb and the delay just to make sure we keep that clear articulation of the vocal, but it still lets us bring up that nice deep reverb sound, which is great. I might even try a little bit of analog modeled chorus just to thicken up the tone even more.
You make me want it. The way that you got me overthinking now. Can tell that you want it. How you act make me wonder if you're in or out.
I love what this vocal is sounding like. It sounds exactly like what I want the vocal to sound like in the mix. It's big and warm and clear. It's everything I want in a vocal mix. So now that I've brought the vocal tone generally to where I want it to be, now I'll start bringing in the rest of the mix. I'll probably start by bringing up the drums.
You say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it, but all I do is worry about you. You know I try to fight it, but I never seem to win without you. I won't waste another moment, nah, 'cause I'm over waiting on you. If you're not.
So I love what this is sounding like, and because the vocal is there, we're not going to bring anything up that's going to cover it up or conflict with it. It's the same concept as leaving space for the vocal in the mix, except it's just much easier because we can hear exactly how much space the vocal needs. Let's bring up some of the low end.
You say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it.
Now the 808 is feeling nice and big, and this is generally a big problem. A lot of times if you mix the track first, the bass is going to be too prominent. It's going to conflict with the clarity of the vocal. So I'm just listening to that vocal as I bring the bass up, making sure that it sounds big and full in the lows, but it's not going to take over the clarity that we need for the vocal.
You say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it, but all I do is worry about you. You know I try to fight it, but I never seem to win without you. I won't waste another moment, 'cause I'm over waiting on you.
Now, as I bring up these different instruments, sometimes I want them to wrap around the vocal more, and I can do that really effectively with panning. Let's try panning these out. We might even be able to get a little bit more size out of these instruments.
You say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it, but all I do is worry about you. You know I try to fight it, but I never seem to win without you. I won't waste another moment, 'cause I'm over waiting on you. If you're not, you say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it, but all I do is worry about you.
So you can see as soon as we started thinking about left-right placement, we were able to bring things up even more and still keep that vocal prominent in the middle of the mix. Now this particular track has a ton of background vocals, which are really filling things out as well. Let's try applying that same concept here with the backgrounds.
You say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it, but all I do is worry about you. You know I try to fight it, but I never seem to win without you. I won't waste another moment, 'cause I'm over waiting on you. If you
So even with the background vocals, I'm treating them as another element of the mix that needs to wrap around the lead vocal. Take a listen to the massive hole that we've left in this mix when we mute the lead vocal. So it sounds empty without the lead vocal, which is how it should sound. So now when we bring that lead vocal in, there's a perfect spot for it.
You say not to think about it, but all I do is think about you. You say not to worry about it, but all I do is worry about you.
Now, of course, I might go back to this lead vocal chain and tweak things as I go. As I hear new elements interacting with it, I might say, you know what, we could probably use a little bit more reverb and delay here to make this vocal feel bigger. Or, you know what, we might not need as much compression in order to help it stand out. I can go back at any point and tweak the lead vocal, but it's incredibly helpful to have that chain pretty much dialed in so that you can build the mix around the vocal rather than trying to smash that vocal into an already full, busy mix. So try this workflow out the next time you're mixing. Start with getting a great lead vocal tone and then try building the rest of the mix around that. I think you're going to be amazed at how great the mix comes out and also how clear and upfront your vocal is. It's just going to feel like it has the perfect spot in the mix because you literally left the perfect space for the vocal as you were bringing up all the other elements. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, leave us a comment, give it a like, and subscribe for more tutorials like this. And as always, happy mixing.